Hey, everybody, welcome back to part 2 with former NFL great Chad Cota, a local legend here in Southern Oregon. If you were watching part 1, we ended on a very awkward question from Nick. Not the question itself was awkward; it was just how it was presented was awkward. I think we're gonna attribute that. Yeah, we're gonna attribute that to your health. And all the things going on with your brain and your spinal cord and all the awkwardness and whatnot. But okay, the question was, Nick,
when you were in the NFL, what was your favorite stadium to play at?
And now I got a little time to think about that, and I'm gonna have to say Candlestick Park, playing against the 49ers.
Awesome.
Old school Candlestick, the catch.
Old school Candlestick. I know them. A buddy of mine texted me and was like, have they just tore that thing? I don't know what they've done with it, but man, I had some fun memories. And this, you might not like this, but we would go there, and that was still during the Niners, dominant period. And then the new team, Carolina Panthers, were coming into the fold, and went in there a couple times and upset them, and had an interception against Steve Young. I had one against when I was playing for Carolina for sure. Had one when I was playing for the Saints too. But the Carolina one was just the memories, because they just hated us, wanted to fight us. William Floyd, Buckner, good special teams guy, Plummer. I mean, they did not like the new kids on the block, and they were going to do everything they could to protect their territory. But we went in there and busted them up pretty good, and it was a lot of fun.
Nice. Was Kerry Collins the starting QB for Carolina back then?
Yeah, Kerry Collins was our starting QB.
Yeah,
probably about halfway through his rookie year, and that was our second year, because the first year Niners would get us, but our second year we got them twice.
Would you say that was the most memorable pick of your career against Steve Young?
Yeah, that probably was right up there for sure. I had one in the playoffs against Aikman too, when they came into Carolina to play us. It was very memorable too in the playoffs. But that Steve Young one's up there for sure.
Did you in your career ever get? So you were a DB. Let me just rephrase. Have you got any sacks in your career?
Yes, not very many. I did against the Rams my second or third year. Yes, but a couple sacks maybe. I might only have one. But yes, I did.
All right. Do you remember who the quarterback was?
I can't. Banks, this guy for the Rams. I think it was Banks. Tall guy, younger quarterback. I think mid third rounder maybe is where he was. Yeah, not a big name though.
I'm going to switch it back to Chase now here real quick. I feel like I should be asking him that personally, but I want Dad's opinion here. Hypothetical, draft comes around, he gets picked, but the coach says, we don't want you to be wide receiver, we want you to be corner. Is he gonna take that well, or is that going to be a difficult one?
I think, to just be anywhere or playing anywhere in the NFL would probably be kind of a dream. So I think he definitely would want to play wide receiver, but he was a really good press corner with his length and size when he was in high school. So, maybe he could do that. He could be the next Jason Sehorn, the only basically white corner in the NFL. So
right.
I've got a question.
Yeah.
I've been dying to ask. What's your thoughts on the new thing where high school kids can sell their likeness to profit off of their name?
High school or college? Because I know that's
college.
They did it for high school. There's 2 kids in Oregon at Oregon high schools that just signed endorsement deals.
Oh, was it even high school kids did?
Yeah, it's high school kids too. Yeah.
Yeah. I know high school makes me a little nervous, but college, I've watched, because, it was a lot of work, a lot of time invested when I was in college, but I've watched Chase over the last.
We were talking about name and image likeness, and we did not get your answer.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to go back to that. Your thoughts and opinion.
Yeah, that's what like I said, the high school, getting them paid in high school makes me a little nervous, but college, I've watched Chase for 5 years. And, when I played in college, I got a month off during the summer and weekends off. And, it was just not near as much. Now it's like a full-time job for these Division I athletes. And, he gets up at 5:30 a.m. and had to be there by 6 and barely got any time off. So I'm totally okay with NIL money. And I kind of like it actually. And I like seeing the kids, because a lot of these kids, maybe won't be able to make the NFL and come from families that don't have a lot of money. So them making a little money in college for working their butts off, when I see coaches making $7-8 million a year and changing teams. So I am totally fine with kids making money on the NIL.
Yeah, I think it's cool because like you're selling their jerseys with their names on it, and they're the ones selling the jerseys because the fans are buying it for them, not the college. So I agree with the college, but high school, I don't think it's right in high school. I don't think 17-year-old kids should be making money off their name until they've put in the work, put in the time, and they understand a little bit more how hard it is to get to the next level.
Yeah.
Not just have it expected or have something handed to them on a silver platter because they're decent in high school, but
because they're a 4 or 5 star. No, the high school makes me nervous. That one's a little, I hadn't heard. Well, you hear the recruits getting paid once they get to college, but make it in high school. I just saw
a news story 2 nights ago. I guess 2 high school kids are profiting off their name with this new rule that passed of selling your likeness. And I'm like, good Lord.
Dangerous. Since we're on the topic and we have a direct line to Chase, I'd like you to pass along an offer. It's an NIL. Tell Chase, JP from Dadcast, he's got $20 for him if he will support and say he loves Dadcast. Okay. All right. Just planting the seed. You go ahead and throw that out there.
I think that's like it's like 2 coffees right now. Isn't that so? Sure.
At least
I feel like we just got put on the bottom of Chase's list.
Well, you never know. What if he ends up being, the next Jerry Rice, and we say we got him for $20 back in 2022, man.
Exactly. I think just a signed Oregon football would be kind of badass.
Ooh, now you're getting crazy, Nick. Come on.
I know.
No, but I'd prefer it to have you signed by both of them, father and son.
Yeah.
What are the odds? Now that we brought it up, I don't know if you've ever watched the show, but we occasionally have a father-son duo on the show, and it's always worked out really cool. It's an amazing dynamic. I know in the very near future that isn't going to happen, but like off-season sometime, is that something that maybe you two would be interested in doing?
Yeah, maybe off season I'd be able to get him to do it. Yeah, like you said, right now he's just slammed.
Oh yeah, and I wouldn't even begin to even ask. I'm just, like I said, planting seeds. It's amazing how those shows came off very popular and they went real well. And in one particular episode, we were able to pull out from the son words to the father that they wouldn't normally have in everyday conversation. And it turned out to be, like, for lack of a better way to put it, like really sweet and heartwarming. And that's what I'm about, man. I think that would be great.
Yeah. Cause sometimes the sons don't want to tell you, give you much love, but then maybe something like that. They might have.
Man, if JP puts you on the spot, it's going to happen. I'm talking in third person again, Nick. Oh man. So let's go back now, Nick. We went through 2 questions of the Fast 5, which are now the random 2s. All right. You got to have another one. Let's go.
So when the boys were younger, what was their, like, your favorite thing to cook for them? And did you cook for them, or how did that?
Oh yeah. No,
some dads are like, nope, I don't cook. Hey, my bad.
No, I'm like a breakfast specialist. So cooking pancakes for them in the morning. That was always kind of my time to cook for them. So that was our fun time, was making pancakes for them for sure.
Awesome. I can see a apron around Chad's waist that says Cota breakfast specialist or something.
Yeah. I wasn't a big, I did. Actually, my wife tried to get me an apron to do barbecues, and I can barbecue, but I'm not great at it. I'm better at breakfast for sure.
Nice. It's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
I do all the cooking, man. Whether it's breakfast, barbecue, or whatever. I make a mean fish taco that Nick still hasn't got to try yet.
Try it. I know. We got to do that. We should do the next Dadcast goes to lunch at JP's house, and JP can make fish tacos.
Can we do it when spring starts again?
I don't care. That's fine.
Because it's starting to get chilly around town.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. How about this week? Finally, fall has reared its ugly head.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
That's what I was nervous because I was like, oh, man, the first rain's coming during the Ducks football game when they're playing UCLA. I was like, well, that might be an advantage for us playing the SoCal boys and a little bit of rough weather. But it held off. It wasn't too bad up there, even though, it was a little suspect weather, but didn't hit too hard during the game. So that was good. It was perfect.
And my brother-in-law went up to the game, coming back. I don't know if you saw the pictures on Facebook, JP, but he was in my mother-in-law's
BMW
before, and went to pass a semi hydroplane, got stuck under the semi truck, and then bounced out, got hit by another semi truck, and collided. But, yeah, we're planning a funeral for the mother-in-law's BMW because it didn't make it.
Well, thank goodness it was only the car.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, I read everyone was okay. Nick, you gotta reword your things better.
The funeral.
I was watching your face too, Chad, going, "Oh my god, what?"
No, we've been.
How can you be so nonchalant about this?
It's like her dream car, and like she loves this car, and I'm like, well, should we start planning the funeral for the car?
Yeah.
Trust me, she can get a new one.
Yeah. My dad was driving back too. He said it was a tough drive. Luckily, I drive back Sunday, and it was cake on Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, I hate those roads up there when it rains. It's nasty.
Oh, it gets tough. Yeah.
Are we talking about the weather and the roads right now, Nick?
Yeah. Whatever.
All right, now I'm going to jump into. I got another question.
Good.
So, when the kids were growing up, did you do any like special sports training locally? Because I know like Remy does like camps for kids. I know a bunch of the other like NFL players come back to like. I'm in Grants Pass, so I know we've got like Michael Grange brings a bunch of the Ducks down for summer, and they do all the summer camps and stuff. Did your kids do that kind of stuff growing up?
I did. Being me and I part of what I love about football too, and the whole process and the whole off season process. So going out, running on, and we're blessed here with US Cellular now. So when the kids, I still love to go out and throw the ball around and run. So we've kind of done our own training, and I've kind of ran routes with both of them and played defense against them through their whole time coming up. And it was great because it keeps me in shape. And then, they get to work on all their route running and everything else too. So I've kind of gone out there and with a lot of their buddies too, is going out throwing around. So I've done that since they could throw or run. So yeah, we've done that for years.
Very cool.
I've done the math, and I'm not entirely sure, but we are at a point in your life where the idea is more of a reality of Chad Cota, grandpa, than it's ever been. Have those thoughts run through your head?
Not maybe they're just kind of just starting to, maybe a little bit, but not a whole lot.
I mean, it's not a far reach to say that sometime within the next 5 years, right? I mean, that's about what the averages say and what the odds say. And I'm curious, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait, to be perfectly honest.
No.
Thoughts on Grandpa Cota?
Yeah, it is weird to think that. I was like, no, I'm not old enough to be a grandparent. What are you talking about? But no, I have a 22-year-old, so yes, it could be coming up, and no, I am. Those years are going to be awesome. I'm looking forward. Life just goes through the phases, and you go through different phases. And me and my wife are going through being empty nesters, and the first time just having the house to yourself, which was an adjustment at first, but then now we're kind of like, oh, this isn't too bad, kind of being on our own schedule and not having a bunch of high school staying up till midnight hot tubbing and being loud in your house. So I was like, this is getting used to it. But grandparenting, that next phase, oh yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
I can only imagine. I mean, and the empty nester too. That scares me. I mean, I'm Papa, I'm protector. But the idea of my house staying clean for 10 minutes at a time afterwards, I love that idea. That sounds amazing.
That's totally it. The cleanly house, because my younger son, he's just a mess and he just can't clean up. And it doesn't matter how many times you say it, but it just doesn't happen.
Right.
So having a clean house,
it's going back to the fridge and that stuff is still there.
Oh, I mean, your food's still there.
Oh, hallelujah. I can't wait.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, my milk, I still have milk. Carson, he just didn't chug a half a gallon of milk, and now I got milk for my cereal. This is great.
Yes.
Yeah. The milk and the cereal, like the disappearing of that when my 22-year-old is still living at home, it's like you go buy a box of cereal, a gallon of milk. I get up the next morning for breakfast. Bro, where'd he go? I was hungry last night. I'm like, Dad, come on, man.
Yeah, they don't. They don't.
Yeah.
My issue is the bagels. I love my everything bagels. Okay. It's like, I will go shopping for everybody. Okay. But you can eat it all. Just don't touch the bagels, man. Don't do it. I buy an extra bag of them. So I know, I foresee what will happen. I'm like, I'm going to buy an extra bag. Yeah. Dad will still get his bagel. Nope. And it don't have times to tell them, man.
Your kids complain about the everything bagels, the onions, and all the goodness that's in them. Like, Dad, can't you just get the plain ones or the cinnamon raisin?
They love it.
And then all of a sudden, your bagels are gone.
Yeah,
yeah. That's how it is at my house. It's like, really?
Love being a dad.
Yeah, you don't even like it.
The empty nester, there's certain parts that are very good gig, but then you like you're saying, when you want to go work out or you want to go for a quick lunch or whatever, and you kind of got a buddy that's always there to go with you. Now that's the bummer part, though.
Right.
So you miss kind of having your buddies around.
Well, that's the thing. The whole full circle. They're going to come back. I mean, hopefully, when he gets drafted in the NFL and decides to, I'm going to buy a house in Medford. You hope.
Yeah.
That's off season comes back, and you'll get them all back. And if not, grandkids are coming.
There you go.
You're right, Nick. Okay, that was 4 questions. Did you have another one on the Fast 5?
I do. Let me. I was trying to switch them up a little bit today.
Oh, proud of you.
I know. What's your funniest parenting fail?
Oh, this ought to be good.
Oh, funniest parental fail. I gotta have my wife help me on that.
An appearance from the missus.
She might be listening to a podcast or something, probably. Christina, what's our funniest parental fail? What's our funniest parental fail? I'm on a podcast. I know. Yeah, I figured you'd be better.
You've got so many. Parakeets and trial and error. I don't know.
We're having a hard time. You got to come up with one.
The answer is we have never failed.
Yes. Always perfect. Yeah, I say Carson or something. Chase that. Yes. We'll come up. Gosh dang it. I put me on the spot like that. That was like the billboard. I didn't do good on the billboard. Yes.
They broke my candlesticks and they had to tell me, but then they told me I had 20 candlesticks.
Oh, that's one of hers. So yes, I'm sorry. I can't come up with anything good.
It's all good. What you just gave us was a first in the history of Dadcast. It really was.
Yeah.
They got up to get help from the wife, and she made an appearance.
I'm surprised she didn't throw him under the bus. If I go ask my wife, what's the funniest parenting fail? She'll list off 30 different things that I've done wrong in the last 2 days.
Our kids. Yes.
I think they're just great parents, Nick. They've
awesome.
never failed at it.
There's been too many failures to even come up with. Yeah.
All right. So that was Nick's final question. You don't need to keep thinking for a fail, but I'm going to present to you a question I ask every single dad that comes on the show. I like to think of it as, so no pressure, one of the most important questions I ask on this show. And we get a wide range of answers on this one. There is no wrong answer. So Chad Cota, if you could impart any bit of wisdom or advice on any new dad or a soon-to-be dad, what would it be?
Yes, just enjoy the ride. I know the discipline sometimes the kids are not going to be exactly like you and do what you want to do. So sometimes you got to kind of just buy it. They're all their own individuals, and especially my younger son, sometimes they don't want to do what you do or how you want to do it, and they beat to their own drum. So just don't get too worried about that, and just let them be them.
Good answer. As good as any answer we've ever had. And that can be tough. I mean, I deal with that even at 12 years old. I can't imagine once he starts getting a little bit older and a little bit more independent and a little more into the things he wants to do. That can be tough, especially, you want them to go down a certain path so great advice from Chad Cota right there.
Yeah. You want them to go down the path that you want, or you always thinks is the best for them. But sometimes, they are their own individuals, and they do their own things. And that's just, sometimes it's not what dads always want.
All right. And there you have it. Party people. He is Mr. Chad Cota, father of maybe a future NFL wide receiver, Chase Cota, and the party boy down in Santa Barbara, Carson, right? No, okay. We're not going to say that. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, he's always joining a fraternity. Well, he goes to Santa Barbara City College, but then you can go to UCSB and join a fraternity there. So that's kind of what he's doing. So he's starting to be a little bit more of a party boy. And I'd rather whatever.
Hey, remember what we just talked about?
Gotta let him
do it. You gotta let him do it, man. Make his own mistakes. But I spent some time in Santa Barbara. I grew up in Southern California. Just a hop, skip, and a jump to UCSB. And I'll tell you what, Halloween's in Santa Barbara, in Isla Vista down there.
Dude.
Oh, so you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. No, Isla Vista. It's like, gosh, just, Carson, just stay out of trouble. And that's what his junior college football coach was like, hey, you don't be going up there to UCSB because that's where guys get in trouble. And that Isla Vista, there's some chaos going on up there for sure.
I have lived it. And just so you know, I made it out the other side. No worse for the wear. So.
Yes, I know. I get a little nervous sometimes for sure with him down there. But I think he's doing all right.
Nick.
What's up?
Oh, I thought you had something. All right. That was me trying to end this thing, but then again, something comes up. He is Chad Cota, super dad, former NFL, amazing, great, Ashland superstar, Oregon Duck alum, legend, and you're pretty much you're a local hero around here, man. I don't know if you're aware of that, but if no one's told you today, I'm telling you, man, we appreciate you so much for taking time out of your day and coming on the show. We would love to have you back again for that father-son duo. And I'm planting one final seed with you, obviously, with time permitting. We on Dadcast, we love to do a Father's Day episode every single year. We shoot it probably 2-3 weeks prior to Father's Day. It's going to be just like we're doing here, except there's going to be about 35 more squares on the screen with a bunch of amazing celebrity dads who we've had on the show previously in that year. This is your formal invite to join us. Fellow NFL NFL player, he plays for the Vikings right now, Andrew DePaula. He's a friend of mine. He's already confirmed he's going to be on there. He's the long snapper for the Vikings. We would love to have you on that. And if that's something that sounds good to you.
Yeah, I should be able to do it. Sounds like fun.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah. And obviously we'll be in touch when it comes to that. And again, we don't shoot it on Father's Day. That would just be very irresponsible of me. But we appreciate you, man. To everyone watching and listening worldwide, wherever you may be, however you may be listening or watching, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Make sure if you're on the YouTube, subscribe, like it up, have some comments down there for Mr. Chad Cota. I'll relay it to him. Maybe he'll get on the video and answer them himself. You never know. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And we'll catch you on the very next episode. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.
All right. Yep. Thanks, guys.